I know for myself this has happened a few times where I'll be obedient to God or I'll do something that I feel like God is leading me to do. When I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm not expecting a reward. But then
Mhm.
like a couple weeks or a couple months down the line, I'm like, well, dang God, like I did what you told me to do.
Mhm.
What's in it for me, you know? And I think that's where we go wrong as well is like God don't owe us anything, you know, like he don't
Mm-mm.
owe us healing, he don't owe us, he don't owe us the breath that we have, he don't owe us no rewards, but he still he still provides for us and still blesses us with those type of things. We have selfish tendencies and prideful tendencies to where we think that if we do something, we deserve something back. That kind of put a pause in my relationship with God. Cause as you said, like we look at him as a genie and I was doing that.
Mhm.
Like I was looking at God, like I did this. When are you gonna do this for me? I helped this person out. I fed the homeless. I paid for this person's meal. Well, when is it my turn, God? Like I'm struggling with this. And with that, pausing my relationship with God and then me eventually growing out of that and then me eventually being like, dang, like, all right, I was in the wrong. Like God don't owe me a thing. And I heard that from Pastor Anthony Mitchell and that like re-sparked my relationship with God and like
Yeah.
made me look at God a different way.
Okay, say either way that life sway. Let's make the right play. Tap in with Coach K, life coach with the right approach. Yeah, she gon' put some Jesus on it. Coach K, heavy on a woman of God. Life coach with the right approach. Yeah, she gon' put some Jesus on it. It's that level 27. Hey, don't stress, be blessed. 3 things to digest. Stay focused, trust God, and respect the process. It's that level 27 on 7.
My guest of honor is a student, a healthcare worker serving as an ER admission specialist, and an amazing up and coming artist. He's been blessed to sell his artwork at a great pace to a few high end clients, and he has participated in 3 major art events so far. He's currently working on his biggest piece yet, standing at 80 inches tall and 56 inches wide. He has hopes of becoming a sonographer and continuing to grow as an artist. With God on his side, I know that he's going to accomplish that and so much more. Today, my guest of honor is Andrew Hickey, aka Uncle Drew. That's what I call him, Uncle Drew. So, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain.
Good.
Just this the piece actually that I'm working on. So
Wow.
once we get done, I'm gonna be working on this.
I can't wait
So
to
yeah,
see it. I
me
can't wait to
too.
see it. He's like, me too.
It's taking a little minute, but it's gonna get there.
Yeah, that's how it goes when it comes to art and just creating anything, it's a process. So I think
Hmm.
that it's amazing that you're doing that and it takes patience.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It's well, these pains be wearing me out sometimes. I don't know, like it comes to me kind of easy. I feel like it's just like a natural gift that God blessed me with. But there'll be some parts that I'm working on, and I just get so frustrated because I'm like, bro, why can't I get this right? I spend like days on one piece of it, just trying to get this one piece of it right. But after I get it right, it's like it's all worth it.
Once
So
it's done, you can exhale, you can be like, oh, it's
exactly.
done.
I take like 2 weeks to just breathe, and then I get to working on another one after that. So yeah.
Does your inspiration just come from anywhere or is it like kind of like guided in a different way?
Nah, I would say I get inspired by multiple different things. There's one piece that I made. I made it last year. I just got done watching that movie Sinners, and then there was like a whole music montage in it, and that piece inspired me. Well, that part of the movie inspired me to make this like black art piece that I made, and just
Mhm.
shining light on like black art and everything like that. And then with this one, I just really wanted to get more in touch with like faith-based art, more in touch with like my faith. So that's what I'm working on with this one, even though it's just like in the beginning processes of it. But a lot of stuff that I work on just mainly comes from like experiences I've had in life or just different things that I've gone through in life. Especially like after my couple years in college with me dropping out and coming back down to Texas, just being a part of the wrong crowds and being like out in the clubs, drinking all this, whatever. And just different things I experienced with people I shouldn't even like been around or even like consider like friends at the time.
Yeah. Look, that stuff is necessary, honestly, to go through,
Hmm.
just so that you can know the difference between which way you should go and which way you need to not go. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of people try to like either bury it like it didn't happen, or
Hmm.
pretty much just either stay in it. So I'm proud of you
Yeah.
for like identifying that and making the exit, you know?
Yeah, like now I'm like, I don't even wanna be out, like, outside, like, I'm cool just being in here painting or, like, just being, like, somewhere chill with my friends, but, like, I know it's, like, people that, they that's something that's a part of their life, they love going out, they love drinking, it's cool, like, everybody live their life their own ways, but it's just, like, with me, I recognize that I feel like I was at the worst mental state of my life, and that was just something I needed to pull myself out of, so,
Yeah.
luckily, I fell back into art, so that helps out
Yeah.
a lot.
Having a creative outlet definitely helps, and we're built for that. God created us in his image,
Mhm.
so of course we're created to create. So
Exactly,
I think that that's amazing that you found your exit and your creative outlet.
for
But
sure.
I do want to ask you though, really quick about college. So when what made you choose to leave college?
Man, I wasn't focused at all, like, I did 2 years up in Kansas because I had basketball, but once I got up there, I tore a ligament in my ankle, and I fractured a bone in my foot, so I
Ooh,
was out, like, probably, like, 80% of that basketball year, and then I ended up, like, spraining my MCL and ACL, so I was out. I played, like, 5 games, and I was out the rest of the year. So, I
Jesus.
just wasn't focused after that, I was just like, "Man, like, now what?" Like, I feel like I was here for basketball, I wasn't really focused on school, and
Mhm.
then, honestly, like, I was, like, up there, I was on my own, I'm like, "Shoot, I'm about to see who I can get at." But I started, like, getting entangled with different girls, and then, like, my college classes, they just flew out the window, like, I just didn't care, like, my freshman my freshman year, my GPA was awful. It's like, I won't even say it, it was just terrible, but sophomore year was just more so I was over basketball because the coach that I dealt with, I feel like he was lying to me, so I was just over that, and, it was just a lot of different things going on in college and with basketball and even just, like, the girl I was dating at the time, so it was a lot happening, and I just ended up really not caring about school anymore, so then I transferred back down here, and, I did a year at UTA, but honestly, I just felt like I wasn't mature enough to even be in college at the moment because I was going to go because I feel like that's what my parents wanted from me. So I was
Yeah.
going, but I just didn't care about it. So once I left UTA, because I got kicked out of UTA, so once I got kicked out of there, I went to TCC for a year, and, UTA, something happened to where TCC found out that I had, like, unpaid tickets at UTA for, like, parking tickets. Yeah,
Lord.
I was getting parking tickets for no reason, though, like, they was literally giving me citations left and right, and
They
I was
give
in the
them
right.
out though. They give them out all the
You
time.
feel me? I was
Yeah.
like, "Bro, leave me alone." I felt like they was having it out for me. But, so yeah, I went to TCC, and, they found out about that, and they told me that, I can't go back until I pay this parking tickets because they couldn't get my transcript from UTA because of that.
Mm.
Lo and behold, I'm finally back in school, come to find out, I'm thinking that the parking ticket was like $900 because I'm getting emails about like, "Oh, you owe $900." Come to find out, it was only like $150 that I owed, and no one told me up until, like, a few months ago, so I was like, "I coulda been had that paid off." But, yeah,
Lord
um,
Jesus.
I just felt like I was not mature enough at the time to go to college, and after dealing with the coach I dealt with and dealing with different things I dealt with in college, yeah, it wasn't for me at that time in life.
That's understandable though. Like, to be honest, most students that leave high school, they're not ready to go to college yet. They're just doing it because either my mom and dad want me to go, or this is the
Mhm.
next step, or society says that that's the way that you should go. And really, honestly,
Exactly.
if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't have went to college at all. Like
Yeah,
at all. But
honestly.
yeah, honestly, depending on it just depends on the person and what the goal is.
Mhm.
I definitely could have not went. So
Yeah, I feel you.
I think, but it's good though that you, like I said, you identified that, and you may have had to go through a couple of hurdles just to like either push you out or put you in a space where it's like, all right, that's enough, I'm done.
Mhm.
But you still ultimately had to make the decision to be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So, how was that conversation with the parents, though?
Well, the good thing is that, Kyle basically did the same thing, my brother, so it was like once he made that decision, I was like, "Well, I'm deciding I'm not gonna go back either." Luckily for me though, I had a good job to fall back on. I
Yeah.
was once I made that decision, I basically already had this job at the hospital.
Mhm.
So my parents, they was like, "Well, like, okay, like you got a good job, you got this job." At the
Yeah.
time I had my apartment, so they was like, "Well, you got your apartment, you got your car, you got your job, like, all right, well, do you, like we'll pay back the loans." My dad was upset about it because, it's like we took out these loans for college.
Yeah.
So that was like that was a big thing. But besides that, it went over kind of smooth.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know, I guess they figured with me going back working in a hospital, I'd figure out what I wanted to do with my life. Sure enough,
Yeah.
now I know what I wanna do, so it worked out. It took a few years, but so yeah, it went over kinda smooth. I feel like there was I feel like they've been real supportive with a lot of different things in my life, especially with art. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting them to be this supportive as they are. Like, yeah, they've been looking out for me. So
You know why? Because they can see your passion for it. It's just like when you
mhm,
played sports. Like, most of the times, like, parents will support whatever you show interest in. Like,
mhm.
good parents will do that, right?
Yeah.
But when they can see that it's either positively impacting you or you're
Mhm.
extremely passionate about it, it's easy to be like,
Yeah.
all right, we gotta do whatever we can to make sure he like stays in it because we see the light. They can see the light. I can see it too. Like even I didn't
Yeah.
even know that you were an artist. As long as I've
Mhm.
known you, Uncle Drew, I didn't know. Right?
Yeah.
But when I saw you post it, I can literally see it through a picture on Facebook
Mhm.
the way that you like beaming because of what you've
Yeah.
created. So I can imagine that your parents saw that pretty early. So I'm glad they
Yeah.
support you.
I'm glad too, and plus they see like it's really keeping me away from a lot of bad habits that I used to have and a lot of things I used to do. With me being so like locked into art, I've like my dad has been just like preaching my artwork to people at work and just like people who would listen, like he'll be at work talking about my artwork to people and I ended up getting a real good mentor out of that. Like this guy, him and his partner, they have like their own business and they're like supporting me with my art and showing me around the different like high level artists around Dallas and all types of different things. It's real. I don't know. It's real cool to see because I'm sure like you said, my parents can see that it's like something I'm passionate about.
Mhm.
So with them being the great parents that they are, they're supporting and they're doing whatever they can. They always show up for me when I have art events and they always are trying to find a way to help me out and, like, push my artwork out and everything like that.
I love that. I'm so happy to hear that because yeah. I never doubted your parents. Like I said, he has good parents,
Mhm.
y'all. Like really good parents. But
And they
I
at
love
every
that.
event,
Yeah. At every
especially in high
event
school, every basketball game.
and they do not play about their kids at all.
Nah.
At all.
Nah.
With having supportive parents like that though, did you
Mhm.
ever feel in a sense of like that you may have been disappointing them? Like how
All
did
the
you manage
time.
that? How did you manage that?
Man, especially with college, like, when I first went to college, I felt like I was really, like, extremely disappointing to them at that moment in life because I was like my GPA like I said, my GPA was trash. I
Mhm.
wasn't really going to class, like, I wasn't playing basketball because I was hurt. I felt like they didn't say it, but I felt like I was disappointing them because I felt like they had higher expectations for me,
Mhm.
and honestly, I didn't handle it too well, like, I would put it to the back of my head, and I just wouldn't think about it, and then, after college, when I had my apartment and really got out and, like, club scene and drinking and, like, just doing things like that, I could tell that I was disappointed in my parents, especially my mom, 'cause, I'm the baby of
Mhm.
the family, and I've gone through so much, like, as a baby and, like, just as a kid, and just seeing the way that, like, that had my mom, it was like I don't know, it was really depressing. Like, it really had me, like, in a little depressional state. And
Mhm.
I was like, the only way I could see myself getting out of it was going to get drunk again. So it was like
Yeah.
I was just leaning on that, and at the whole time I'm thinking like it's making me feel better because I don't have to think about it, but it's hurting my mom and dad because like they're seeing me like this, and
Yeah.
they're seeing like different things I'm going through because of that. And honestly, I just started just out of nowhere one night. I just started burying my head in prayer and in the Bible, and then that helped me out a lot because once I started doing that, I felt like not only did it, what's the word I'm looking for? Not only did it make my parents proud of me, but it also I feel like made God proud of me. And
Mhm.
that's the ultimate goal with me trying to get closer to God. It's like I want God to be proud of me, like I want God to know me and I want to know
Yeah.
God. So I was like, that's the main thing. It wasn't so much to make my parents proud, even though that's a side step of it, and that's something that like I'm really happy about. It's like they're happy and proud that I'm walking that route, but also, just like now I can say I have my own relationship with God. And
Mhm.
it's an up and down thing. It's I'm on fire and then it's like then I go cold a little bit and it's like I'm trying to just stay on fire, but I'm picking up on things I need to do now to stay on fire, like fasting and things like that. So,
Yeah.
um I would say that helped out a lot with me, getting over that disappointment, disappointing in my parents and just, that depression stage in my life. That's like the main thing really.
Yeah. Look,
Mhm.
you return back to the person that created you, and you may not understand why you did it, but he's God is always there walking with you
Mhm.
even in all the mess too. So
Mhm.
he's continuously calling you and you just answered that day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you can hear,
Facts.
because you can
Mhm.
hear him, or he'll show up in different ways. You be like, I hear you, I don't want to see that right now. Like you just
Man,
like shooing him
man,
away, right?
I
Yeah.
got like, phew, yeah, I got stories for days on that. So I get you where you're coming from with that, and I felt like that day was the day I finally answered that call. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
guys, what's up?
You gonna help me? You gonna help me today?
Yeah.
Cause look, I'm here. And sometimes we get to the point where it's like the way that we even approach him is so raw, but that's what he wants. Like
Mhm.
he wants you to be the realest version. You upset, bring it to him. You happy, bring it to him. Sad,
Mhm.
disappointed, depressed, lay it at his feet, right? So that day you
Exactly.
actually surrendered. That's what happened.
Mhm.
And you were either gonna have to surrender willingly or what you were doing to yourself was gonna eventually make you surrender.
Exactly. And that's what I
Yeah.
figured out too is like, God will he'll let you go through certain things or he'll give you certain things that you think you wanted. And
Mhm.
instead of you need to be surrendering to God, but instead you're like, "Well, God, I'm not gonna surrender to you until this then this happens." And He'll give it
Mhm.
to you. You'll be like, "Well, I was, this ain't really what I wanted." Like, whatever what He's giving you, what you thought you wanted, is actually kind of like destroying you. But
Mhm.
it's just so that you can realize, like you gotta depend on God. You need to surrender to God. Like God's really all you need. And once you do that, it's like I wouldn't say a slow burn. The things that you pray for and ask for, they can come quickly or they can come very, very slowly.
Mhm.
And that's one thing that I had to realize is that this walk with God is slow.
Mhm.
It's an
It is.
everyday thing. It's an every minute thing. Like every minute of the day, you got to be like walking with God. And I think that some people put rules on it, and some people make it seem like like, oh, like when you read the Bible, you need to do this. When you pray, you need to do this. You can't come to God this way. You can't come to God that way. Like, man, I'm gonna come to God straight up. Like,
Yeah.
like it's God. Like, why would I beat around the bush? When God already knows, like, what's in my heart. When God already knows, like, what I'm
Mhm.
gonna say to Him. So I'm gonna just be straight up. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's helped me a lot with my walk with God, because it be times where I be ready to like yell.
Yeah.
Like yell at God. And I'm like, and I get upset with myself for yelling at God, but I'm like, man, He can handle it. It's like He's not gonna be mad. Like I might be a little upset that I yelled at her. I might be like, dang, I shouldn't have did that.
Job did it,
But yeah, exactly.
but he
Like
he
there's
also humbled him too.
mhm.
But in a
That's one
good
thing He
way
gonna
though.
do.
In a good way though. It wasn't necessarily like to hurt him. It was like, but where were you when I created all of this? Like a
Mhm.
reminder of who I am. Like.
Exactly.
And I think that with us as humans, people look at God like he's a genie, and that's not what he is, right?
Mhm.
The point of reading the Bible and like building this relationship with God is learning his character, and so that you can identify him outside of what the world is presenting to you. So
Exactly.
that battle is necessary. That resistance that you're having is normal because you're
Mhm.
seeing things in real time, and then you're like, but if this is what God wants me to do, I have to like be obedient to what he's asking me to do, even if
Yeah.
I don't understand why. You know,
Right, exactly.
that's the hard part.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
the part that people struggle with.
It is. It is, man, it's tough. Cause not only that, like, I think at times too, like, especially I know for myself, this has happened a few times where I'll be obedient to God or I'll do something that I feel like God is leading me to do. And, it's not more so like once when I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm not expecting a reward. But then
Mhm,
like a couple weeks or a couple months down the line, I'm like, well, dang, God, like I did what you told me to do. Like,
mhm,
what's in it for me, you know? And I think that's where we go wrong as well. Is like God don't owe us anything, you know. Like He don't owe
mm-mm,
us healing. He don't owe us, you know. He don't owe us the breath that we have. He don't owe us no rewards, but He still He still provides for us and still blesses us with those type of things.
yeah,
And I think that's a part of like just human nature in itself now. It's just we have selfish tendencies and prideful tendencies to where we think that if we do something, we deserve something back.
right,
Yeah, that kind of like that kind of like put a pause in my relationship with God. Cause as you said, like we look at him as a genie, and I was doing that.
mhm,
Like, I was looking at God like, "God, like, I did this. When are you gonna do this for me?" You know, I helped this person out. I fed the homeless. I paid for this person's meal, this gas, blah, 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 whatever. Well, when is it my turn, God? Like, I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling with that, and nobody's here to
mhm,
help me, you know?
yeah,
And I think with that pause in my relationship with God and then me, you know, eventually growing out of that and then me eventually being like, "Dang, like, all right, I was in the wrong." You know, like, God don't owe me a thing, and I heard that from Pastor Anthony Mitchell,
mhm,
that he don't owe us anything, and that, like, re-sparked my relationship with God and, like,
yeah,
made me look at God a different way.
yeah. You
Yeah, 'cause
definitely, I about to say, you definitely, that's correct. He doesn't owe us anything. He already gave us life. Jesus
mhm,
already did everything, right? So the
mhm,
fact that we're even here breathing, that's life enough and enough payment in itself.
yeah,
So as far as him, you doing things that he's telling you to do, a lot of times there is no kind of like physical tangible reward, but spiritually there is, because
yeah,
your obedience, as you continue to be obedient, you learn even more about his character and how he moves. It's not even,
mhm,
it's about you building the heart posture to even be able to manage what you're asking for. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So yeah, it's tough when you don't understand that. I get it.
It is, and at the same time, when you're, like, obedient to God, it's like it's so fulfilling
Mhm.
'cause, you know, I'll share with you, like, last year, like, I wanna say it was in September or
Mhm.
October. I wanna say September. I just felt like God was calling me to, like, get a group of people and go out and feed the homeless. So, like, it went from probably, like, 15 people to just 4 people showing up, me and 3 other people. So,
Mhm.
you know, we went out and we fed the homeless and, you know, we, like, prayed for them and we didn't really have no Bibles on us, but I had, like, a couple books that I could give them, so I just gave it to them, and then it was it wasn't me looking for, like, a reward or anything like that. I just did it because like, I felt like God was calling me to do it, and I wanted to be obedient. And honestly, I feel like the reward was more so as me being fulfilled.
Mhm.
I felt like after I did that, I felt so much joy. I was like, "Yeah, like, so this is what being obedient is like." You know, like, this
Mhm.
it's like a different type of joy. It's like you're just
It
like,
is joy. It's actual
"Yeah,
joy.
uh-huh." It's so hard to explain, like, it's so hard to explain, like, you just have to do it, like, feel it on your own, like, you have to feel it for yourself, because then you're like, "Dang, like, this is what I've been missing out on."
Mhm.
Everything else that I was doing in life that I thought was fulfilling me and bringing me joy, it was all false, it was all fake. Like, this is bringing me real joy, like, I feel
Yeah.
so fulfilled doing this, you know?
Yeah. I'll tell you this, Drew. Honestly, I could probably speak for Adi on this too. There's a lot of people who don't hear God. So
Mhm,
if you can hear him or feel him, you're already like in a very blessed situation. Because
Yeah.
some people are so either blinded or they have the scales on their eyes, they can't hear, they can't see. That's a
Mhm.
scary place to be in when you can't hear or can't see, right?
Yeah.
So if you can hear him or you feel the tug, be extremely grateful that you have that
Yeah, facts.
because you will never get to the point where you feel the fulfillment if you never have that. But what I was about to say is us working with y'all was
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
If
I
I'm
could
being
tell.
really honest with you,
I
yeah,
could
y'all
tell.
gave us y'all saved our lives, like, in real life. So, I think that I know exactly how you feel. It's like, I don't know why I'm here, but I feel like I'm supposed to be here, you know?
Mhm.
And then you
And
get
and
blessed
we
with the relationships.
and I can't speak for everybody else, but I can speak for me and Kyle and maybe, like, a couple other people, man. We loved when y'all was there. We loved, like, having you and Audie around. Like, that was just,
Aw.
like yeah, especially me, like, it was I don't know, it was like, we had our coaches or whatever. We had Coach T and, like, Coach Malcolm and, like but with y'all, like and I love them, Coach Malcolm, that's my dog. But then once y'all came around too, it was like, I don't know, it was something else. It was so nice to have y'all around. Like, I truly loved it because I felt
The
like it was like y'all were, like, our coaches too, but at the same time, we can mess around and, like, be ourselves with y'all.
And that's the
Yes.
greatest blessing too, like, hearing that's amazing too because that was the purpose, like, we wanted y'all to feel free to be
Mhm,
you, because the goal is, like, when you leave to go to college or wherever you go, start a family, whatever you're doing, you need to be free to be yourself, and you need to experience
mhm.
that before you leave high school. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't. Like, I'm like, they're still faking and like being 2 or 3 different people, get to college, and then you be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. You don't know who you
Mhm,
are or even
mhm.
have an inkling of what your identity is. So
Yeah.
I'm like, if I can speak for me, I won't speak for ID, but I'll say this. My main thing was like making sure that you understood that you were enough before you left
Mhm,
and that what you bring to the table is already there. Just
mhm,
go be yourself in whatever space you choose to be in. You'll thrive in different ways if you stay true to you.
mhm.
So that was my ultimate goal. So to
And
hear
I
that makes
think
me happy.
and that helped me out a lot too, cause being able to be myself, I feel like once I got to high school, probably, like, midway through freshman year is when I really started to, like, get out of my shell and really be myself.
Mhm.
And I feel like having y'all around and being able to do that with y'all, that helped me out to the point to, like, when I got to college, I could see through people. Like, I could see, like, you trying to portray yourself as this, you trying to portray yourself as that. So,
Yeah.
honestly, once I got to college, I had, like, 2 friends, cause I was just like I was myself, and, like, everybody was just wanting to be someone that they wasn't, and I wasn't trying to be around that. And even, like, as I get older, now that I'm, like, out of, like away from, like, the club scene and all that, and away from, like, the fake friends that I had back then,
Mhm.
and just, like, to the point where I am now, I feel like I'm getting back to that, to where I
Yeah.
really don't have a lot of friends, cause I really just don't wanna be around someone where I can't be myself and where I can't be, like, my best version.
Yeah.
And, the few friends I do have, they bring that side out of me. So, I was blessed to be able to, like, be around y'all as a teenager
Mhm.
and then be able to, like, still take the things that y'all taught us to where I am now and be who I am now, you know?
Yeah. And you still
Yeah.
have us. Y'all can still call
Mhm.
us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all still have it. So we watch y'all and like try to like keep tabs.
Mhm.
And the crazy thing about it too, I'll say this too, Drew. Once you have those types of connections, even if we don't see each other for numerous years, the Holy Spirit will be like, call Drew.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Facts.
You be like, wait a minute, wait,
100%.
what's going on?
100%.
Or call Kyle, like call
100%.
whoever it is. So it's like you want to make sure that your relationship with Christ is first and that you're building your foundation there because you
Mhm.
don't know which way he gonna
Yeah.
take you, but
You really don't.
you don't know which way he's gonna take you. And then the all of the things that you do that he tells you to do, and you don't see a physical reward, you get spiritual rewards for it. But it builds that callous where it's like, I don't know what's going on. I trust him though, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do
Mhm.
whatever it
Yeah.
is, and you'll be surprised at what comes out of it. You be like, dang, I could have never wrote that.
Yeah,
So you keep following whatever it is, the breadcrumbs he's dropping, and just be like, "Hey, I'm just here being obedient and just showing up."
yeah. That's
So
exactly what Imma do, especially with art. I'm like,
yeah,
at this point, like, God, you could just like whatever you wanted me to make, I'll make it at this point. So I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to honor God more with my art. So I'm
yeah,
hoping that, God will speak to me in different ways and I can just put it on canvas and make something out of it.
yeah. I feel like he's really gonna use your art for as a vessel for other people too. Just
Mhm.
like, because you don't know what they'll see. That's the beautiful part about art. It's like I saw this concept and I put it on the canvas, but it may mean something totally different to you. Like when you see it, it evokes some other kind of emotion. So I think that's amazing to either be able to watch somebody tell you that or just like to see their emotion when they do see the piece. It's like
That's
you can't
crazy
pay
you
for
say
that.
that. Cause at my most recent art event, it was Arts Goggle back in October. I had
Hmm.
this piece that I made, the girl with the angel wings.
Hmm.
So I made that piece, and at the time, I didn't realize why I was making it, and then eventually it hit me, what I wanted it to be.
Hmm.
But there was a lady walking by, and she stopped, and she was just staring at it, and she almost got in tears, and she like came and talked to me, and she was telling me about everything that was going on, and telling me how like she was a sexual assault about. It happened like maybe a couple months prior to her like coming there, like she had got beat so bad to the point to where she was like brain bleeding and like all this
Wow.
different types of stuff. And she said looking at that, she could like see like transformation. And
Mm.
she said it really hit her because it was like I could see myself as that woman, like with tear coming down and the wings on her back, just like transforming and becoming something new.
Wow.
And then she was just going on and telling me she eventually started bawling, like she was in tears. And my girlfriend, she can attest for it. Like she was there and she witnessed the whole thing. But just, like, seeing that, I was like, "Dang," like, that really hit. I was like, it's nice seeing or nice hearing that people can get different things out of your artwork and that your artwork can actually mean something to them. And
Yeah.
I gave her, like, a free, like, printout of that piece.
Wow.
Yeah, she wanted to get in contact with me, but I lost her number.
She may find you though.
If you're watching this and if you find me, email me, please. But yeah,
Yeah. She may find you.
yeah, it's real cool to see how many, like, different people can relate to different pieces, especially the ones that, like, because at first I was just drawing, like, celebrities or whatever, and I was like, "Ah, tired of that," that ain't really got no meaning behind it.
Mhm.
Like, it's not something I wanna do, and every now and then I'll get people that are, like, trying to, like, micromanage my art and make it seem like they're looking out for me.
Yeah.
"But you should make this, you should make that, like, bro, that'll blow up, that like, this and that," and I'm like, "Nah, like, I wanna make stuff that actually means something," you know?
Mhm.
So, with me actually now getting into that place in life to where I'm making meaningful art, it just means so much more to me that those pieces mean something to people
Yeah.
instead of just gaining recognition for talent. Like, that's fine if you say like, "Oh, you're talented, that's nice," but I'd rather it means something to somebody.
Mhm.
So,
See,
yeah.
you're already there though. Look, the fact that you have that mentality is already that's the difference between conforming to the world and being a vessel for Christ.
Mhm,
Just that small little change right there. Because
mhm.
the world is gonna offer you fame and offer you praise and things like that. But we have to make a conscious decision to be like, "But I need it to mean something, because it was
Yeah.
gifted to me for a reason, and it has to have purpose."
Mhm.
So, please hold on to that because that is the key right there.
But yeah,
We can all make
for sure.
money. That's easy,
Yeah.
right? But choosing something
There's so
that
many
you wanna
different
do,
avenues. Exactly.
good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Good and bad. We
I
can
went
make
down both
money.
roads before, so
Hey, and the crazy part about it is I always tell people, like, I'm from the South Side of Fort Worth, Texas. I coulda
Mhm,
easily went the other way. It was there.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's right there.
Yeah.
I woulda done it a little smarter, but, there's
Mhm.
ways to do it.
For sure.
But I couldn't do it. I just couldn't because mentally, spiritually, I already felt it. If you do
Yeah.
this, you're gonna be paying for it. And I was like, I don't even want to deal with that. You
Yeah.
know?
And I was just gonna say, I think we live in a world and a society today to where so much emphasis is on money and
Mhm.
everybody wants to get rich. And like people will do anything to get rich. Like people will scam you. People will scam older people. Like it's
Mhm.
so sad hearing the stories in the hospital of like these elderly people that are getting scammed for thousands of dollars. And I'm just like, like y'all have no hearts.
None.
But it's just I think once you get your mind made up that money's everything and that you have to get rich, you waste your life. 'Cause it's like, oh, you're just searching for money. Money it could buy you things, but do you think it's really gonna fulfill you the way that you think it is? Like,
Mm.
there's billionaires and millionaires out there killing themselves every day and leaving a bunch of money behind because 'cause they're not fulfilled, you know?
Right. Nothing to
And
live
I
for,
think
nothing to live for.
exactly. And, I told myself too with the artwork, like, at first when I was making art, I was like, "Oh, I wanna make some money from this." But then I was like, "You know what? Nah, it ain't even about that." Like you said, conforming. I don't wanna conform to that. I want my art to level up. Like I want my art to be something that people can look at and be inspired to make art or be
Mhm.
inspired to just be themselves, and I don't want my art to just be something that only rich people can have or whatever. I want like everybody to have it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think that, me not giving into the whole money is everything and I need to get rich aspect of life that has helped me so much with just being able to make quality artwork or even just be a content person in life. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to be rich to be happy. Like I found what I need in life to make me happy.
You understanding that concept of, like, money is not everything is gonna take you very far because being rich is cute, but wealth is better, and wealth
Mhm.
has a lot more to do with your spirit than it does your pockets.
Exactly.
Like, money is currency. It's gonna
Mhm.
come this is the part that people don't realize. It's currency. It's meant to move,
Mhm.
right? It's gonna come to you and it's gonna leave you too.
Well,
It's
yeah.
gonna come and it's gonna
100%.
leave. So if your everything is in the money, once it leaves, you have no purpose.
Nothing.
But when
Have
you
nothing.
use it for purpose, like money, you're gonna have money's God is gonna take care of you if you're taking care of what you're supposed to do. Not to say that you're gonna have a whole bunch of money, but
Mhm.
at times you may have a whole bunch of money, sometimes you may not. But
Mhm.
your needs will be met and things will be taken care of. You just gotta continue to
Exactly.
trust like you were trusting when you didn't have anything.
Exactly. And like
That's the key.
like I don't know. I've always said like, just in like different prayers to God or even just like talking to like certain people, like, like if I ever was blessed enough to have wealth, like I would want to give.
Mhm. Yep.
And, with me, I'm not nowhere near rich, but with the finances that I do get, like I find so much, you know, enjoyment with giving back
Mhm.
and helping out people in need.
Yeah.
It's just something about it. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels so nice.
Yeah.
It's nice being able to take care of other people.
Yeah. Because that's what we're here for. We're in it like we're not codependent, we're interconnected, right?
Mhm.
So that we were built to be in community like that. That's how we were
Mhm.
naturally created to work. And we don't do it now. So it's like the further away we get as a people, and I'm talking
Mhm.
about all people, I'm not just talking about our people.
Mhm.
The further we get away from that type of like networking and building community, the worse it gets.
Yeah,
So, when
exactly.
you can bridge the gap, it makes it so much better, and you feel so much better because you know you did something that's gonna help bridge the gap.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%. And I think people look at people in need and just think of them as like trash. Like I hate I hate hearing some of the things that I hear about homeless people or people in need. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what if you were in that situation, or what if your family member was in that situation? And
Yeah.
it just irks me because I'm like, bro, like it's just they're humans. You feel me? Like they probably were once in the same position as we was, and they just, with me going out and feeding the homeless and praying for them, and just hearing some of their stories, all it takes is one bad decision for you
Mhm.
to end up in that same boat. And I'm
Absolutely.
pretty sure you would want someone to help you out if you were in that same boat. So it just, yeah, I just think society today is just we're like kind of going backwards as people. Like we don't care about those who are in need. We don't want to show like love and compassion to those who need it.
Mhm.
We all need it, but yeah, I don't know. I hate the way that society is going right now because it's just no love in society.
Right.
Like I feel
Right.
like there's a very small community that spreads love, and then there's just a larger community that just looks down on people and just talks trash about people, and it just makes me so mad.
Yeah. Same
Mhm.
here. That's why you gotta keep being a person that shines the light in that direction, because we all have a thorn that, like, keeps us, or we feel some type of way about it, but some people may not feel that way, right?
Mhm.
But we all have that one thing that's just like, it makes you so upset. That's because you're called to do something about it. Like,
Yeah.
you're called to do something about it. Like, when it comes to the youth, that's my thorn. I'm like, I feel some type of way about how I see people raising kids, or how, just seeing how the school system does young
Yeah.
adults, or just people who don't go to college or don't do the way that they're looked at. That
Mhm.
bothers me. Or someone who doesn't make it in sports. It was meant for you to have a platform so you can figure out who you are. It's not
Mhm.
necessarily for you to be in it forever. Um,
Yeah.
I definitely can understand that, but that's because that's your part of your calling.
Yeah.
So
That's what I
you gotta
think.
keep showing up. Yeah, keep showing up in that way, so that
Yeah.
somebody else can see you and then get sparked as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, I believe that 100%. I feel like that's definitely something that's part of my purpose and my calling in life.
yeah.
So yeah.
Do you think that purpose is a destination, or do you feel like it's a journey?
I think it's a journey, especially on my end. I think it's definitely a journey. I don't think in life you're ever gonna like stop going on that pathway to purpose.
Mhm.
I don't think that box is ever checked off or fulfilled. I think with me, I feel like my purpose in life is just like showing continuous love and just like being that person who can love others and being that person who can encourage others and try to inspire others. And that's something I think is always going to be needed in life. I think it's a journey because, yeah, I think that, the more that I go on in life and the things that I've dealt with in life, I've never once stopped being who I am. I've never once stopped loving people the way that I felt that people should be loved. I've always been told like, "Oh, you need to like dog these people. You need to be mean to these people. Like they're treating you this way, doing the same way."
Yeah,
And like I could never do that. I don't think that that's what I was called to do. I feel like I was meant to love others and spread love and lift others up. And if I see somebody treating somebody wrong, speak up about it and like encourage them to be more loving and things like that. So I think
yeah,
that that's just like that's definitely something that's more of a journey and not a destination because I don't think you can ever just reach a point in life where you say, "All right, I loved enough. All right, I feel like I've encouraged people enough. I'm just gonna stop now." You know?
I'm done. We done. I agree. I definitely agree. You just, if that's what you're called to, that's what you're supposed to do until you stop breathing. With
Mhm.
everything comes good boundaries, though. We have to make sure we have good boundaries to make sure that we don't get in situations where we're getting taken advantage of,
For sure.
but which that's our responsibility, because as givers, people going there are takers, they're gonna take. If you're a giver, you're gonna give, but you
Mhm.
have to have solid boundaries for how you
Yeah.
operate. So, which comes from different things, but so that'll be my next question. Let me ask you about that. Like, if you have a standard of a way of living, like a standard for your lifestyle, um, tell me where they came from and like what's the criteria for your standard.
That definitely came from my parents. 100% came from my parents about like the standard I
Mhm.
I live. Um I think as kids, the way we grew up, I mean, we really didn't grow with much, but my mom and dad, they always made sure that we were loved and always made sure that we had enough to get by. And, just, seeing the way that they were growing up, my mom and dad, they were always praying for other people and always like helping other people out and, in different ways that they could. It might not have
Yeah,
always been financially, but it could have been like other ways to help them out.
yeah.
like, just seeing how, my mom and dad were treated sometimes, and just knowing that the way they raised us, we were raised to be God-fearing, respectful, you know, kids, like, are now men. I think 100% that standard comes from them, and, it's just how I live in life now. I try to be the most, like, loving person. I try to, like, spread my light everywhere I go. Like, I try to, like, to stand out and not conform to the world. Like, I don't wanna be dimmed by the world. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I want my light to shine. I think the way that you really let your light shine is by having that love in you. If you ain't
Mhm.
got no love in you, you just walking around with hatred, and that's darkness, you feel me? Like, I'm not trying to walk around like that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that standard of living definitely came from them, and just the little things they implanted in me and my brother's heads when we was kids.
I love the fact that you were able to identify, like, that your parents gave you that standard or poured it into you because everything reverts back to you as a kid. Like,
Mhm,
everything reverts back to you as a kid and what your environment was like, what people did or didn't do, but you also have the opportunity to choose who you're gonna be as an adult. So you can pick and choose what you keep and
mhm.
what you get rid of. So that's the beautiful thing too about
Yeah,
life.
100%.
Yeah. So
100%. I
tell
can
tell
I can definitely agree.
yeah. Tell me, when do you feel like your mindset shifted from playing the short game to playing the long game? Like, you wanted to take your gift seriously. Like, what do you feel like when do you feel like that moment happened?
It was definitely when I took a trip to Chicago. It was, I wanna say 2024? 2023? It was one of those years.
Mhm.
Um, I just started solo traveling, so I started going places on my own, and I went to Chicago. That was the first place I went on my own, and, I went up to the art museum there, and, it just clicked, just walking around looking at, all the big paintings and, all these masterpieces in there. It just clicked to me. I was like, "Bro, this is what I wanna do." Like,
Mhm.
this is what I wanna do in life. I need to get home. I need to lock in. I gotta start working on this art. I don't know how. I need to get a studio. I gotta do all this stuff, and I gotta really take it serious. And not only that, like, I gotta stay away from distractions. I gotta cut certain people off, and I gotta cut certain things out of my life in order for me to get to where I wanna be.
Yeah.
And, all every great artist or everybody that has achieved greatness in life, it hasn't been overnight success. Overnight success is here today and gone tomorrow. I'm not trying to be like that. I want my artwork to be
Yeah.
remembered, all throughout. So, when I got back home, I started locking in, I started drawing more, and then I got an art studio with one of my friends at the time. My friend was really never in the art studio. I was in it for the majority of the time on my own. So I was really locking in there. And, I realized over the past like 2.5 years now that, as much art as I have made, I'm still playing that long game. Like, I have not nowhere near where I wanna be. My artwork hasn't blown up
Mhm.
yet. I've made sales, but I haven't gotten in a gallery, like, to where I wanna be in a gallery. Like, I wanna be, like, in a whole art museum one day. I'm not there yet. It's
Mhm.
gonna be the long game. So,
Yeah.
I think that's really what shifted it for me was that trip to Chicago. I just
Look at
I don't
Chi-Town.
know, it just clicked. You feel me? I loved it up there too. I wanna go back. It was so
I
nice. It
love
was so
that.
nice up there, but yeah. Mhm. That
I
did it for
love
me.
that. See, and getting outside of your natural environment,
Mhm,
challenging yourself to be alone and to just, like, do your thing by
mhm.
yourself is part of the reason why you were able to see it because you weren't distracted. So you were already doing the thing without
Exactly.
doing the thing. I love that. You were already
Exactly.
doing what you were striving to do already, just in different ways.
Mhm. And luckily, I've been blessed enough to where I've been able to do, solo traveling to, like, some big cities. Like, my most
Yeah.
recent one was to New York, and that one really inspired me a lot too. Cause I was like, "Man, it's a lot going on out in New York." It's a lot of
Yeah.
creatives, a lot of artists, and,
Yeah.
like, I wanted to move up there, but, that thing expensive.
Yeah,
New York
you can
crazy
move.
expensive, but
It's ridiculous. $3,000 for a closet. But
Exactly,
that don't mean
exactly.
it's off the
I
table
was
though.
like, "Bro, this is crazy."
Mhm.
Nah,
That
not
doesn't
at
mean
all.
it's
Cause I would do it. I would do it in a
you
heartbeat if I had the chance.
working your way up to it. I mean, that may be a next step. Just like, hey, document everything. Are you documenting these things when
Mhm.
you travel?
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Please
to.
write that down.
I feel like if I'm going to these places just to go, like, there's no point. Like, I'm not going on vacation for no reason. Like, I'm not taking these trips for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
there's a purpose and intention behind it
Yeah.
to each place that I
Yeah.
travel to. So yeah, it's yeah.
I definitely agree. I feel like whenever you travel, it gives you an opportunity to slow down, which is what we don't do in our normal lives. So when you do get to go to other places, you're able to appreciate what you see, and that definitely helps you to even like look within to see what you can pull out because you're seeing so much different stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
keep
for sure.
traveling. Glad you're not scared to travel. You need to be able to travel.
No, not at all. I love traveling, especially if I'm going to like artistic places. Like I said, it doesn't do any harm for me. Like it motivates me and inspires me. It really like encourages me to lock in on what I'm trying to do. Cause it's
Yeah.
like I don't think I was meant to spend my whole life right here. I don't feel like there's any growth with me staying right here. And there's nothing
Mm-mm.
bad with staying in, that the place that you grew up in, but for me personally, I don't think that there's any growth for me here anymore. And that's one of my
No.
goals is to get out of here. Like I want to be able to either go to LA or to New York and really take my artwork out there and showcase it because those are like two like crazy creative places.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Definitely
definitely on
important to get out.
my list of goals. Mhm. 100%.
We told y'all to get out of here when you was in high school. Get out. Please
Y'all did.
leave. Leave for a little bit at
Y'all
least.
did.
Come back. You can leave, come back.
Ex And there's so many people that like, they didn't go away at all after high school and it's like there's some people that are doing good with their life. They got families and everything like that, but then there's some people that just I don't know, they just stay on their own separate path.
Yeah.
Man, hopefully they get it together, but it's life. Everybody figures out life at different times of life and
Mhm.
it might be in their 20s, might be in their 30s, 40s, who knows?
Figure
Yeah,
it out. That's all we can say.
facts.
And it really ain't nothing to
Exactly. I'm
figure
just
out. It's really nothing to figure out, Drew. It's really you just gotta live it and adjust in the real time. That's really what
yeah,
this is. There's no like, I
exactly.
got it. No, you don't. It's literally this is what's presented to me. I have an opportunity to choose A, B, or C. Which one am I gonna choose and what standards am I gonna gauge that
Uh-huh.
by? That's it.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. 'Cause yeah, you're not ever just gonna be in a position in life to where like, "Oh, I got this all figured out. I got life figured out." I
Yeah,
don't
no.
I don't think God intended it that way for us,
Mm-mm.
And I think one of the ways you do really just kinda like figure out life is by leaning on God. I know there's plenty of people that don't believe in God. I talk to those people every day,
Mhm.
and for me personally, I think that God is a cheat code through life. Like, he doesn't make it easier, but he provides lessons for you and ways out of different situations. And as much as people bash the Bible and the teachings that God gave us, it's really there to protect us.
Mhm.
Commands that He gives us are there to protect us. And I don't know. I just think it's crazy because you realize once you step out of those commands, like you do end up getting hurt in a sense. Some way, somehow, it ends up happening. So.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I will say this too, Drew.
Mhm.
I feel like God does make it easier for us because if we were to just live by the standards of the world, we'll never have peace or be
Mhm.
settled. So the one thing that he
Mm-mm.
does give us is peace, right? And he gives us an opportunity to be
100%.
able to rest in him. So the standard is the standard. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna have to be
Mhm.
obedient and trust. But if you choose to take that on, in exchange, even though you don't see it, you get that peace and you get that opportunity to actually live in purpose. And there's nothing greater than that. I don't
Yeah.
care about the number of money, nothing is greater than that. And when you know you in purpose, it's the best thing ever.
Mhm.
The best thing ever.
100%. 'Cause, like, even like I said, like, I think this is my purpose here and
Mhm.
loving people and just, I haven't made it to where I wanna be yet, but just me being able to, like, do this, that's just like, I'm content.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy, you know? So, like, I agree with you on that.
Yeah. You're in a space where he can really use you now. So I gotta
Mhm.
ask I gotta ask you this question real quick.
Mhm.
If you knew then what you know now, would you change anything? He like, yeah.
100%. A lot. I would change a lot. There's so many things I could say, but I would definitely I wouldn't have went to college that first time around. I wouldn't have got entangled in the friend group that I was in, and I definitely wouldn't have got so caught up in like being out just having fun, what people consider fun, like clubbing and all that. Like I wouldn't have wasted my time with so many of the people that I wasted my time with. Like there's so much in life I would have changed.
Yeah.
And I would have focused on art a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about that all the time too. Like, dang, like there's so much in life that I regret and so much in life that I would change if I could.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, if God gave me the chance to go back in time, I would and it would change so much. But it don't work like that. So,
It don't.
it's all good. But it's all good. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of things I would change, especially with the things I know now, and I would just do things a lot differently because I feel like that would save me so much time from getting hurt and just wasting my time doing things I shouldn't be doing and just being around people I shouldn't be around.
Yeah.
I feel like I really fell off my purpose when I came back from college and just started doing whatever. Like I thought it was fun, but looking back on it, none of that was fun.
Yeah.
It was draining and depressing.
You can't see it when you in it though. That's the hard part
You
about it.
can't
It's hard to
you
see it when you're
can't.
in it. I got one more bonus question though that I gotta
Uh-huh.
ask. Whenever you were going through your situation with basketball and you were injured, do you feel
Mhm.
like you struggled with identifying your identity in that space because you were losing basketball? Or do you feel like it was just like, okay, it's fine?
I think it was more so for me like, all right, it's fine. Cause I think like it's crazy to say, but for me, I feel like basketball, it wasn't something that I really loved.
Mhm.
It was just something that I happened to be talented in.
Yeah.
And once I got to college, I was like, all right, I made it here. Oh well.
Mhm.
Like I wanted to play, and in the games I did play, it was more so like I was just out there having fun. I wasn't taking it serious.
Yeah.
And like once I got injured, it hit me even more that I was like, all right, this isn't something I actually love. Like I'm not out here stressing every day to get back to basketball. Like I'm chilling, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And I think at the time that made me realize too that I don't want to spend any more time in Kansas or at this school because this wasn't something I wanted to do. And honestly, I'm glad like that happened. I'm glad I did get hurt, as much as it sucked, but I'm glad because it opened up my eyes to a lot and it just confirmed what I was already like feeling.
Yeah.
I didn't love basketball. It was just something I was doing and something I was good at, and it wasn't my purpose.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, that I feel like that wasn't a struggle in life at all. That was more so like, all right, whatever. On to the next thing.
I'm glad you had that moment though, and I'm glad you were able to say that because more people need to hear that. It's like
Mhm.
just because you're good at sports does not mean that this is your purpose. It's
Exactly.
a vehicle for you to get
Mhm.
to either discover that part of your life or just to expose you to everything that it can offer you. Like it's exposure, right? So I'm glad and I love that you said that and you were honest about that because it's the truth. And
And I think
They won't admit it.
they won't, and I think a lot of people get, like, down because they get hurt, like, they get injured and they think that's the end of it,
Yeah,
and I feel like that's the beginning of it.
yeah,
Like, yeah, it sucks, like, you might have loved this sport and you got hurt and, you might not get to play again, but just think about what other doors that can open up for you.
mhm,
But if you sit there and dwell on it, it's not gonna open up no doors. You gotta be willing to accept it and move past it and look into to what good can come out of it, and I think that's a big thing in life is just staying in a positive mindset. Like, I try to do that all throughout my life is like, I just try to stay positive, and I think that as long as you stay positive, you can always see what can happen, like, what good can come out of a certain situation, you know?
yeah, absolutely. Look at that. And on that note, we're gonna end right there. Thank you, Drew. You did great.
Thank you, Coach K.
I really appreciate you coming on here, and being honest and letting these people know a little bit about your story. I hope that somebody really does see themselves in your journey so that they can
Mhm.
also find their pathway out as well. So thank you.
I hope so too, for sure. Appreciate you having me on, Coach.
Life coach with the right approach, yeah. She gon' put some Jesus on it. It's that level 27. Hey, don't stress, be blessed. 3 things to digest. Stay focused, trust God, and respect the process.